Alright guys, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 best ideas that you need to understand to really start a profitable business, right? So these aren't necessarily going to be actual business ideas. They're going to be the mentality that you need to actually apply to whatever business you're doing, because the world has changed, like I said, right? The internet has completely leveled the playing field, and some people are going to get left behind and some people are going to excel. And the difference between being person A that's getting left behind and person B that's excelling and taking advantage of the internet is understanding what is actually available to you. And so in this video, we're going to break down the 3 things that you need to know to be successful in the knowledge economy with the new internet age. So let's kick it right off. Number 3, which is mastering a high income skill and then turning it into a business. A lot of people get this wrong, right? They think that they need to make the next big startup or they need to start some, brand new crazy business, but that's not necessarily how things work, right? There's iterations. Most incredible businesses start extremely small, right? Snapchat took over the market because they started, just in small college campus areas and in California. Facebook did the same, right? They started in universities and they kind of scaled. Like, if people don't remember that you used to have an EDU email address to actually even apply to get onto Facebook, right? They kind of established exclusivity and then they scaled it into, the hundreds of millions of dollar monster that it is today. So mastering a high income skill is one of the most important things I could possibly teach you, because if you master a high income skill that makes people money, you're always going to be in demand. The people who get laid off, right? They're always doing kind of the replaceable jobs. They're doing the things that machines can do. But if you master a high-end skill like, CRM, maybe you're really good at Salesforce or ClickFunnels or Amazon or Shopify or Facebook ads or digital marketing, things that every business needs. If you start learning about something, you are going to get good at it. If you get good at YouTube or you get good at email marketing, or you get good at things that make people a lot of money, right? A high income skill, then you're never going to be out of demand. You're never going to, be looking for work, because if you're good at something that makes people a lot of money, then people with a lot of money are always going to pay you to help them with that thing. And so a lot of people try to, become jack of all trades, and they're kind of good at this, they're okay at ManyChat, they're all right at email marketing, but they're not a master of anything. You don't want to be a jack of all trades, master of none. You want to go deep rather than wide. If you go wide, right, it's stressful. You're not very good at, any particular thing, and you have no expertise. Look at people who are successful and ask them, and if you can't ask them, then just look at what they're doing, right? Most successful people are very good at digital marketing. They're very good at email. People are good at YouTube or, getting their message out, Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads. Mastering any of those things is going to make you a lot of money. And then if you want to niche down even further, right, what I usually teach like my own students and people in my inner circle is master a specific niche within that. So if you want to get really, really good at Facebook ads specifically for real estate, some people are going to say, oh, Kevin, that's so specific. How are people going to make money? No, there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of real estate agents all around the world. And every single one of them needs one thing, right? More leads and more people to potentially buy houses and sell houses with them as the real estate agent, right? And so if you get really, really good at YouTube or Google or Facebook ads for real estate agents, I promise you, you're never going to ever have to look for clients again, because people are going to be beating down your door to hire you if you become an expert and go really deep. The number 2 best small business start in 2019 is building a business that solves a problem, right? And this is one of the oldest strategies in the book, but a lot of people need to be reminded of this, right? People create businesses that they think are going to be cool, right? And those businesses do one thing, right? Which is fail. Uber literally solved a massive problem in the marketplace, which was that taxis are wildly inefficient, try to take advantage of you. There was no review or rating system or a sense of accountability. Uber solved all of that, right, with the cell phone age. They understood and recognized an opportunity, and more importantly, they saw that there was a massive problem and that they could actually, solve and create a solution to that problem by, using technology and creating Uber. And people get this wrong all the time, where they're trying to just kind of turn the cogs in their brain and think up the next beautiful business model, when I don't look to build businesses, right? When I'm creating a business, I'm not trying to think of new business ideas. When I'm creating a new business, I'm looking for problems in the marketplace, right? And people get this backwards and get this wrong all the time. And they're looking for all of these different cool business ideas. They're looking at other businesses businesses. Albert Einstein said that if he had 60 minutes to find the answer to something, he would spend the first 55 minutes thinking about the problem, right? When you're thinking about problems, that is when you can actually find real significant business ideas. Apple solves a problem by, like creating and building these beautiful machines that allow people to, live the lives of their dreams and get work done and form connections and build beautiful, pieces of creative art. Apple at the beginning was solving a problem. People needed computers and people wanted a more beautiful kind of user-friendly alternative to what was there at the time. Every company, when you look at it, right, solves a problem. Okay, Airbnb, perfect example, solving a problem. People have all this extra space that isn't filled. It's very inefficient. They allow people to have passive income streams and utilize their unused space to actually give it some productivity, right? So I love to just look at all of these successful products out there, and I subscribe to all of the startup lists and startup email lists, and I like to look at all new successful startups, and I like to look and think to myself, okay, what problems are they solving? Because it's easy to look at these huge old companies, and it's kind of hard to think, okay, well, what problem are they really solving? I like to look at new companies, right? Companies that are made in 2018, 2019, because those are much more realistic, kind of recent, modern problems. And when you actually start to look, you'll see patterns of what these wildly, valuable companies are actually solving. And then you can start to, kind of in your own way, look at your own niche and your own experiences and think to yourself, how can I solve problems in similar ways to these massive valuation startups? And when you think in terms of solving problems, that is when the business world starts to make a lot more sense. And more importantly, your business has a much larger likelihood of success. And the number one best business model for 2019 for small businesses, we will get to in just one second. But first, I want to give a shout out to our comment winner. Every day we choose our favorite comment. So if you want to be featured on our next video, all you have to do is leave a comment down below letting me know what your business is. Because I love hearing from you guys. I want to respond to all of your comments. So let me know down in the comments what you're currently working on, if you have a small business, and how it's going. So without further ado, number one, guys, is building an automated course, right? Building an automated digital course in today's day and age in the knowledge economy is the number one way that you can make a massive business without, a bunch of employees. Because, I'm not gonna, maybe people aren't gonna agree with this, but I've created, multiple different seven-figure businesses. And I know that the number one hardest part about building a business is dealing with people, right? People are very unpredictable. A lot of people are very unaccountable. A lot of people, aren't necessarily the most pleasant people to work with. And so when I build businesses, I try to build those businesses as lean as I possibly can. And what I mean by lean is a business that doesn't require a bunch of upfront capital, right? A business that doesn't require a bunch of upfront, employees or human capital or overhead or expenses or all of these things that most traditional businesses actually do require. I don't like to have that because I create a business and I started to become an entrepreneur because I wanted two things, right? I wanted more time freedom and I wanted more financial freedom. So if I was able to make a bunch of money, but I was working 100 hours a week and dealing with, new employees and drama and hiring managers and all of these different things that come with creating a traditional business, then what was the point of becoming an entrepreneur, right? I don't understand entrepreneurs who leave the 9-to-5 grind and go on and start their own office and hire all these employees and all this expense, and they're dealing with all these people, and they're back in the 9-to-5 grind, right? It's just their own office this time rather than the office that they worked in before. So that just doesn't make any sense to me. I became an entrepreneur because I wanted to help people first and foremost, but second, because I wanted financial and more importantly, time freedom, right? If you're a slave to your own business, then it doesn't matter how much money you're making, right? It's not worth it. You only get one life. And the one way that I've learned to make a massive amount of money with the least amount of actual, manual time is creating an automated, completely autopilot digital product or a digital course, because most people don't think this, right? Most people think that, Kevin, I don't have any expertise. What am I gonna make a course on, right? That's the number one thing that number one question that I personally get. And I actually do have the answer to that for you as well. So if you wanna click this link down below, we do have a brand new Facebook group that we're starting called the DCS, right? Digital Course Secrets, where I'm gonna be helping you guys completely for free in our Facebook group figure out what to make a course on, because courses are very much like anything else. The more experience you have, the better you get at doing it. But again, if your ladder is not leaned against the right building, you're gonna be climbing towards the wrong thing. If you worked 100 hours at McDonald's, you'd get good at McDonald's, right? But you're not gonna become a millionaire. Or if you work 100 hours on learning about digital courses, how to make a digital product, how to create automation, right? How to set up email autoresponders and ManyChat and all of these things that are making people rich, right? Because a lot of people just don't think about it. People see people, talking about the next new shiny object like cryptocurrency or, real estate or some new way to do something, right? And they buy that course. But who's actually getting rich, right? Who's driving the Lamborghinis? It's the course creators, because courses have an unfair advantage. Think about it like this. You could either invest in real estate or you could create a real estate investing course. And this is definitely gonna be against popular opinion. I know I'm gonna get comments down below, but that's okay, because I wanna be transparent and honest with you guys at all times. If you're investing in real estate, there's expenses, you have to have a ton of money to get started. There's hidden expenses, closing costs, there's overhead. If things, break, you have to spend a bunch of money and time and energy fixing it. The housing market could collapse. There's all this risk. There's all this upfront money, all this risk, all this, all these traditional things that you have to deal with, with physical products businesses. It takes a ton of work and time and different contractors and construction workers and real estate and lawyers and all these different moving pieces and risk. Or you could create a digital course teaching how to do real estate, right? There's no risk, there's no upfront investment at all other than your time. There's infinite upside, right? Because you could sell your course 1,000,000 times and you never run out of stock. There's no risk whatsoever. So you could either have all this risk, all this upfront capital, and no actual guarantee of making any money, or you could have no upfront capital, like no cost and no risk and infinite upside, right? So creating a digital product and teaching things that you're good at, right? Because everyone's an expert at something. Maybe you're good at digital photography. Maybe you're good at jumping, right? I know a guy who made $1 million with a course teaching how to jump higher. I have a student in my own, beta for DCS that made over $15,000 selling tickets to his how to do a handstand course. Right? There's all types of things out there. There's billions of people. I promise you, you are an expert at something. And even if you're not, you can learn to be very good at things, because you don't have to be a world leading expert to make a significant impact on people's lives. You just have to be a few steps ahead to be able to help people and care about those people in a meaningful way. So if you guys want to learn more about creating your own digital product, click the link right here. It's completely free. Join our Facebook group, right? There's gonna be, hundreds, if not thousands of people in that group. We just literally created it, and I'm gonna be in there every single day, and I'm gonna be helping you figure out what you could make a digital product on and being able to scale that into hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in the future, because everyone is good at something, and you just have to figure out what that is. And so if you're interested in making money, definitely check out this video right here. It's how to make $100 a day on YouTube, even without recording a single video yourself. So definitely check out this video right here, and I'll see you on the next one. Start making money today on YouTube without making any videos yourself. I promise you this is gonna be a good